Good morning, learners! This is Teacher CJ ang magtuturo sa inyo sa Module 3. Ano nga ba yung mapag-aaralan nyo sa tutorial na ito? Ito ay tungkol sa random sampling and sampling distribution. Alam nyo ba na ang iilan sa mga vaccines na ginagamit natin para labanan ang Covid-19 virus ay ang mga BioNTech Pfizer, CoronaVac, Covaxin, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, Oxford AstraZeneca, and Sputnik V. Marahil ay di nyo napansin na bago pa man ang produksyon nito ay tinitest muna ang bawat isa para malaman nyo kung gaano ka-epektibo ang bawat vaccine. That is through random sampling, which is our first lesson for this tutorial. Mapag-aaralan nyo rin ang difference between parameter and statistic sa tutorial na ito. So ano pang hinihintay nyo? Tara na! At mag-aral na tayo. Ano nga ba yung sampling? It is a process used in statistical analysis in which a predetermined number of observations are taken from a larger population. So say for example, if you have this population and you only choose 3 out from this, the first picture describes that of all the population, you just choose 3 out from them. In the second picture, one is purposely chosen. Say for example, if you're talking of the respondents in online learning, so the one who has an internet connection and Mbps of at least 5 is chosen, and the rest who are not qualified are not chosen. We have here some types of random sampling techniques. The first one is simple random or lottery sampling. This means that every member of the population has an equal chance to be chosen as sample, or it is drawn by lot. So we have here a picture that represents how to do simple random sampling. Example, out of a class of 50, 15 are to be selected to take part in a fest. So you'll have to assign roll number from 1 to 50 to each student. You will write each number on a piece of paper or use raffle tickets. You place it in a hat and mix up. Then you will draw 50 numbers from the hat. So those 15 are the sample of the population through simple random sampling. The second type of random sampling is through systematic sampling. Here, every member of the population is selected with a random start. So, if we'll say systematic sampling, we have here an example in the picture that the sample is every third person which is selected. So, out from this 11 population, we chose 2, 5, 8, and 11. And this is through systematic sampling. Another sampling technique is stratified random sampling. This is when the population can be classified into groups or strata based on some characteristics such as age, gender, or socioeconomic status. So, in the picture, we have high school students as the population. Group them as freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. So, we will choose them according to this level. Next is cluster sampling. When you say cluster sampling, the sample is taken from different levels, generally from higher levels to lower levels. So in the picture, it is illustrated that in cluster 1, the sample is taken from the population here in the left side. Cluster 2 is taken from here. Cluster 3, the sample is taken from here. In cluster 4, is taken from this place. And in cluster 5, we have here the 4 households in the place. So that's cluster sampling. Last but not the least is multi-stage sampling. How do we do this? It is done using the combination of different sampling techniques. So we have multi-stage sampling. So in stage 1, we have countries. In stage 2, we have segments. In stage 3, we have households. And in stage 4, we have individuals. So as you can see, in each stage, we are considering different variables. That is multi-stage sampling. What is the difference between parameter and statistic? When you say statistic, it describes a sample as an estimate for the whole population. The fact is about a very large population in which you can't imagine the time and money to be spent to survey the entire population. So, in statistic, if your entire population is too large, you need to get a sample from it in gathering the data that you want to consider. However, if you will say parameter, it describes the entire population. The fact is about the whole population that is easy to figure out because the groups are small enough to measure. If the entire population is just countable, so you need to consider all of them as part of your data gathering. So it's easy for you to consider the entire population in gathering the data. Sana ay naging madali sa inyo ang pag-intindi sa Lessons 1 and 2 in Module 3. Sa Lessons 3, 4, 5 naman ay tatalakayin natin sa susunod na video tutorials. Bye-bye!